Welcome to Outreach News. In 2025, the Outreach Training Institute launched a groundbreaking initiative, New York State's first registered apprenticeship program for the behavioral health field. The program also marked a historic milestone as the first apprenticeship of its kind approved by the New York State Department of Labor for a nonprofit behavioral health provider. Let's take a closer look at how this all came to life and highlight Outreach's KSAC apprentice. Let's get started.
We were looking at opportunities for attracting more people to our agency and developing our workforce. And we found that there were grant opportunities that were specifically for registered, and we didn't have a program like that. And so we were interested in finding out how we could develop something like that so that we could expand the ways that we train people and we develop people to work in our field. So we looked into the Department of Labor registered apprenticeship program, and we decided it was something that we were going to try. And we were in a great position to do it because we have both a KSAC training program at OTI, and we also operate treatment programs. So it gave us the opportunity to have an on-the-job training program by pairing training at OTI and letting someone have a work experience in one of our treatment programs. We also like to think of ourselves as forward-thinking and adopting best practices, evidence-based practices. And this is somewhat new for the SUD treatment field. They're not any other apprenticeship programs, so we wanted to kind of take the lead on it and to see what we could do. And we hope that it'll be a model for other programs in other places throughout New York and maybe throughout the country to do apprenticeship programs. It was a matter of talking with our clinical leadership and looking at what facilities might best be able to host. And we found one in an adult residential program. Finding the right supervisor, we found a fantastic supervisor, and then finding the right candidate, and then pairing it again with the OTI training program. And also HR has been very helpful because our orientation process that employees go through really was also helpful for the apprentices we were planning on bringing in. I think it provides just another way of us developing our workforce. Mm-hmm. We've been doing it the same way for a long time, and we're not doing very well. We're really understaffed, again, across the country. So we do need a new model, and I'm hoping it's something we can write about, we can present at conferences about, we can get word out to the field, and that hopefully other programs will follow suit, and hopefully the Department of Labor will also promote it in our field. I just want to thank everybody who supported this, the Department of Labor, OASIS, the leadership at Outreach, all the staff that participated, and it was quite a few. The treatment providers that have been involved in this are our treatment providers, the clinical leadership, John Venza, my own team, the OTI team that have supported the KSAC program, our amazing instructors. So there's a lot of people who participated in making this, a very, very effective program.
So my role and involvement in the apprenticeship program this year, Lillian and I worked closely together to select the apprentice, and now Dylan is my direct supervisee. I've kind of been teaching him how to do case management, intakes, groups, individual sessions, and anything that he, it's I guess like hands-on experience of everything he's learning in OTI in his KSAC program. And it's just been a really good experience for me so far. My expectations going in, I don't really know what they were. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. Obviously wanted to do a good job, choose the right candidate, and I think we got so lucky with Dylan. He has been wonderful. I approached mentoring Dylan through this process. When he first started here, he shadowed me for a few weeks. Then I kind of let him take the ropes in groups. I would sit with him in group, and then when he felt comfortable, he just started, running seminar on his own. He has his own caseload now, and I trust him to do what he needs to do. He knows that if he ever needs me, he can come and chat with me. We have pretty impromptu supervisions pretty frequently. I can tell that he's implementing what he's learning at OTI as well as, what he's learned on the job. And, he's really honing his skills as a clinician, and I'm excited to see where his education and his career take him next. I think having an apprentice has impacted our residential program by giving our residents the opportunity to watch someone grow as well. I always say this, I learn a lot from our guys as well, and I'm sure Dylan is learning a lot from them, but I think it's interesting to watch the residents watch him grow and grow kind of alongside him. They feed off of each other, and Dylan is such a wonderful support to them. I mean, like I said, like this has just been such a great experience for me. I think it's been for Dylan, and I think I can speak for honestly the entire ORC team when I say that this has been a great experience. We are so lucky to have Dylan, and I hope that this motivates other people to come into this field. We need a lot more people in this field who care as much as Dylan clearly does.
My name is Dylan Clancy, and I am the KSAC apprentice here at the Outreach Recovery Center. A little about myself, I was always convinced that I would wind up going into law when I got older. From a very young age, I wanted to be pre-law, but I didn't really consider the implications of the fact that I did not like law. So I eventually became a psychology major, and I took a course called Drugs and Behavior, specifically, that really I had already had a decent amount of interest in it due to knowing people in my personal life. I've had some family who's struggled with addiction, but that class really solidified for me that there is treatment and there is science behind addiction with all substances, and it really sparked my interest in a way that I never thought possible. I'm just ready to help people. A lot of people experience a lot of trauma and other things throughout their lives that a lot of other people can't even imagine. And I would do anything to be able to be in a position where not only have the opportunity to help people, but I can actually help those people. The most meaningful experience to me was probably the first time that I was a little overwhelmed by not just the responsibility, but the content of what one particular client I was dealing with, and going to my supervisor and her essentially reassuring me that burnout is a real thing and that burnout is something that will stop you from helping people. So it's not necessarily about taking time off, it's about prioritizing yourself so that you can provide that most effective treatment. And that was something I really needed to hear. So I remember that supervision session very, very vividly. Honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's perfect. I love the fact that I'm able to work in this field every single day and have those real experiences, and then also go home and get a little bit more of the clinical aspect of it. And also my classmates, a lot of people are in this field already, so it's a good opportunity to be able to talk to people in other programs. Even if they are participating in OTI, I know some people work at a variety of programs around Long Island. So it's a good opportunity to keep learning in a different way. This experience has vastly influenced my career goals, as in I cannot imagine working at another facility as of right now, and I know that for a fact I want to be a social worker and I want to help people for the rest of my life, which I could not have said a few years ago. And I credit this program for helping me get there with that.
Thank you for joining us for Outreach News. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future.